Hi everyone, this is Wilmar Calaguas back again with Module 10, which is the last module in Step 1. And as you can see, we've gone through 9 modules. The Foundation, Examination, and Worksheet just evaluates exactly where your company is today, and then looking at your niche and your focus. Focusing really on what you want to provide to the marketplace. Then we went to, communicating that exactly what you're going to be offering and then positioning it in the market. You looked at the industry that you're in and did, hopefully at least 6 to 12 hours on this module and just really understanding your industry and what the people in the industry are talking about through the various exercises that we did there. And then that would help create the avatar, the ideal customer that you're looking for, that you can serve in the best way possible and give as much value. Then we looked at your systems and how you operate your business currently. And then the most important part is really understanding your product and service delivery. How are you going to deliver, the product and the service? How are you going to make that be as smooth as possible, giving them all the information that they need, your staff and the information that they need, so that transaction would run like a well-oiled machine. And then we did purpose and vision and understanding what that looks like, because ultimately people work for people and support a purpose and a vision. And then we went to values and culture, and really looking at your business, the people that are in your business, the qualities that they have, and really tuning in on what those qualities are, so that moving forward and scaling your business or growing or getting more employees and team members, that you would filter the people that are going in and also that are new, to make sure that they fit the values and culture. And you'll see that these modules will make more sense as we go to the 10th module, where we're going to build the dream team, or understand the dream team that you currently have. And so it's module 10, core team, right person, right seat, right skills. Here's what we're going to go over: how to build your dream team. And literally we are going to systematically figure out who those are, who they currently are, who your team is, and kind of analyze what you have going on. And if it's just you get to build it from scratch. So therefore, when you do this exercise, you know what you're looking for, and when you meet that person that has the right qualification, the right culture, the right things that you want, the right skills, then you're already ahead of of the pack of wanting to hire them or offering them something, or at least keep them in mind as you grow and will eventually afford to hire someone or contract somebody with those skills. And then we will evaluating your current team and amping up to creating your dream team. And the 3 rights each member of your team or your dream team must always possess. Why this is the most challenging and most challenging module in this whole program, because now you're dealing with people. And through this exercise, as you do this with your team or your executive team or your managers, you may find that through this process there may be somebody in your team currently that does that isn't a fit, but also determining that they may not be able to adjust once you really solidify the dream team that you want in your organization. So let's get to it. Let's go to the SDB Implementer 7-Step Process Handbook Guide, and get to the last module in step 1. All right, core team, right person, right seat, right skills. If you want to grow your business, you have to build your dream team. Dream team has in it the right person who holds the right position in the company that matches their skill set to excel in the role with ease. The right person on the right seat with the right skill will dominate in their gifting and propel the company to as high as you want it to go. In this challenging module, you will figure out who is the right person for the company and who is not, and some who is the right person but needs to hold a different seat because their skill set don't match and the demand of the position. Good luck. This is a tough exercise, but necessary. So if you currently don't have a team and it's just you and you're a brand new entrepreneur, go ahead and skip to step 5, and I will explain step 5 once we get there. All right, let's do this. Step 1, make a list of team members and the position title that they currently hold and the skills they possess. All right, so just go through your roster and write down the names of the people that you currently have in your business. So let's just say Ted is in sales. Sales manager. We have Vanessa, Jess, customer service. We have JB as the marketing. Social media. And also does the content creation. Then we have CJ that does photographer that photographer. And you have Olivia for accounting. And then I'm just going to do 5. You can do more. Yeah, so make a list and then the position that they hold. Go ahead and just stick with the 5. And then step 2, right person. From the list above, decide whether each person is in the right seat. So evaluate, does each person in your company possess your core values? If they don't, do they have the ability to adjust to the core values? Can they be kept accountable to keeping the core values? So as I said, I've created this this process so that it built upon itself. And so with the exercise with your vision, mission, and also your core values and your culture, since you really pinned down what that is, we get to building your dream team, and we have to determine whether this person is the right person. As I've explained with the other videos, is that when I talk to headhunters, talent hunters that get talent for big corporations, culture and values are huge, and they're even bigger than qualification for some companies. So that, you don't want, just because someone is good at this one thing, they could be detrimental adding them because they just don't fit the mold of the culture and the values, which in turn, one bad apple can ruin the whole batch, so to speak. And so you would go through each person and think about what you wrote down for your culture and also your values. Do they actually, are they the right person that hold those things? Okay, so be patient, and if you determine that they actually don't demonstrate those values, then the next question is, what is the plan? Whether it's to sit down with them and then basically present them with the core values, and then asking them to do a better job and to really improve these values that you're setting forth, and maybe give that, a 30-day window, check back, 60-day check back, and make sure that these core values are being demonstrated and being kept, and that you would assign to keep that person accountable, but also monitor and make sure that since you've created these values, that you hold true to them moving forward. So I'll just put no one, and we'll go to step 2. Remember, take your time, and you can pause the video if you need to do that. So step 3. So we just did the right person, which connects to the values of the company, characteristics, attributes of the company. So you go through your list, and now we're at a place where we're going to look at if they're in the right seat, meaning the right position in the company that they currently hold. So from the list above, decide whether each person is on the right seat in the right position they hold in the company. Does each person in your company possess the unique abilities to execute the functions? Do they have it, want it, and have the capacity to deliver the demands of the position they hold? And so you're going to do the 3 C's test, which is, are they capable? Do they have the capacity? And are they competent in doing and executing the vast variation of this position with essentially the personality, the experience, and being able to, maybe it's leadership, maybe it's communication. And so you have to consider, a lot of different factors of what this position holds. Maybe it's very detail oriented. It could be a dozen different things. You just have to figure out, go through each position, determine what does capable, capacity, and competent mean in that position, and then segue this person to see if they're in the right seat. And so you may determine that they may not be based on performance or situations. As you look back in the history of this person being in this position, they may not be a good fit. But through the evaluation of knowing who they are, what they put on the table, that they are valuable, then they would, fit another seat. Therefore, you'd have to come up with a plan again to figure out, how this transition would work, and then also communicating with this person based on what, the restructuring of the company that you have. Hence, everybody should know, if you're going through this process of systemizing the business and you're working with me, that this process is a necessary thing that you're doing so that you can get your business to where you want it to be. And so there should be, and it surprises, again, communication is key in this process. And as I said, this module is going to be the most challenging one because it involves people and being honest with them in regards to being the right person and the right seat, and then the next one will be the right skills. So again, go through the whole list of people, execs, and maybe every department, however way that that looks like in your company. You have to do this step. So make sure everybody is in the right seat and they're capable. They have the capacity, right? Be able to have the wherewithal of taking on the activities and also the bulk of what needs to get done. And do they have the knowledge? Are they competent to actually execute? So step 4. From the list above, write down some team members who need to be moved to another seat that fits better with their skill set. Are there team members that need to leave the company? Again, a very hard decision. And so you may come to a point where you're like, okay, you know what? We do have this one person. We've talked to them multiple times about this current issue. And so in solidifying your core values and getting the right team, it's become really clear that this person probably will not be able to adjust. And so therefore you need to let them go. And so again, you have to plan how that will play out. Are there any members that need to leave the company because they don't have the value and don't have the capacity to adjust? Decide and make the hard decisions, and to be honest, completely honest and transparent as you do this with your team. Do what is best for the company moving forward. And then step 5. Make a list of positions that are critical to have in the company. Develop your dream team. Write down the position, title, and description of the skills they need for the position. And so this is kind of like a repeat for business owners or startups that have gone through the first 4 steps. This step is really for the new entrepreneur to really look through to see what parts you need for the specific things that you're trying to do. And I think with this part, you kind of think about, okay, what role am I going to play since it's just me, and understanding that your strengths and then your weaknesses where you're not so good with as far as starting the startup, and create a list of your dream team so that although in the beginning you're going to be doing everything, but in the forefront of launching your business, you will know the people that you need to execute each part of the business. And in the process, you can start, hiring, contractors, depending if you have a budget in the beginning of your startup, or maybe you don't, it's just you, however that works out. But, create your dream team now, although you may not know who they are. But you need to have a list and then prioritize which ones you need to get like yesterday. In terms of executing the service or product that you need and setting it up, and devising a plan to really find these people, if these people you need, especially to launch the business. And so there are multiple ways to be able to do that in the best economical way possible. And so if you're a new entrepreneur, you probably have some questions on this, so we can discuss that in the systemization strategy sessions that we'll have together. So step 6. After creating the list of positions and descriptions, find, hire, contract your dream team to deliver your product or service. Remember only to hire the top 1% of people who possess your core values. They gotta be the right people, the right seat, and then also have the right skills. and be able to deliver on all those things. Um, so, in terms of finding your core team, take your time finding them, and you're never going to be 100% in terms of hiring. I've come to know this when I've hired to get my web application built. And so you could, have sometimes the best reviews, the best everything, and then the results that you get is not what you wanted. And so, take your time hiring and contracting, but definitely fire fast if it's not what you're looking for, to um, you know, just cut it off once you know it's not the right thing. So it's hire slow and fire fast is the best thing you can do, because you will never get it right. It's just like, when you create systems and processes and you think this is going to be the best way to do it, and when you actually go try it in real time with real people, then you realize, what, this is not working out right. So you just scrap it, start over, or iterate that system and process. It's the same way when you're going to your core team and setting up that core team as you hire and contract people to do the functions that you need for your business. So it's going to be definitely a process, but a necessary one. It's going to be a hard one that comes with having a conversation with people in your team, and also when you're hiring, especially contracting, you need to ask like the hard questions, and to be straightforward, to be honest in what you're looking for, and even to ask to see are you reliable. If I need to get a hold of you, how long is it going to take for you to a response? Are you too busy right now to take me on? Just the questions that you need. Don't be afraid to ask them, and to really be upfront and honest, so that you ask the hard questions, so therefore they know the expectations. And if it's too much for them, then they'll say, no, I don't think we can work together. So definitely ask as many questions, but definitely the correct questions, so you can qualify and validate that they have the capacity and also the time, and the ability to execute for you in whatever that is that you're hiring them for. All right. Only 4 things that matter when you systemize the business. Aside from closing sales, you will be tempted to do other things. When it comes to systemization, your brain power has to be focused on these 4 parts: implementing the systems you need today, and exactly what you need today. Nothing more, nothing less. Figuring out its processes, documenting them, and executing them. And also accountability. Make sure that they're being executed according to how you laid out the system, its processes, and how you've documented them. So there should be no excuse in execution, because it's all been documented and systemized, and the process is clearly communicated. So that's it. Congratulations if you've made it this far into completing step 1, which is foundation, and also all 10 modules. And my hopes are that you are excited in the new business that you're creating and essentially will launch, and that you've gotten this clarity since you've really taken the time, and that you're excited for things to get even clearer as we get to the other steps. And if you're a business owner and really dug into these 10, and my hopes are that you can start to see the gaps that need to be filled, the things that need to be improved, and also for the most of you really begin the process of to start to document the systems, and you're now aware of what the systems are that are in your head that need to be put down on paper, that need to be documented, and really start to write down now how do you execute them in a clear, simple way. And hopefully you are hopeful that the process will get better and that it would get you the congruency that you're looking for as far as execution with you yourself and also the team and the employees that you have in your business. All right, congratulations, and I will see you in step 2.